Welcome to Copy Command Lab. By this time, you already have your serverless instance up and running. You should also have your copy command examples data copied into the bucket and the folder called copy command example. So we do have some manifest nation.csv and customer order line item JSON. This is the data we are going to use for the copy. Also, as we discussed last time, this is the Amazon document for the copy command, and it discusses about the everything we looked at the copy command 101. What is the syntax, the required parameters, authorization, and other parameters such as optional, data format, and the data content. I have attached this link in the course. So if you want to go over and learn more about all these options, you can refer to this page. So now let's go and create our first table using the copy. So in the serverless, we have already logged into query editor v2 once, and we are going to log in again. So that is how your serverless v2 should look like once you are already logged in. So we are connecting to their database, and if you want to see again how we can connect, we can go to right click, edit connection. You can check here we are logging using our secret manager. So now what we're going to do, we're going to create a new table, and this table we're going to create is in the dev database. So for that, we have already attached the syntax of the create table. So now let's go ahead and create the table nation. So if you see, this table has been created with the this style all. This might take some time because it's a serverless, so we do have the cold start problem, but it shouldn't take much time. So if you see this, for me it completed in 17 seconds and my table is created. So let's do select star from nation, and you get no data. So what we're going to do, we're going to load the data into this table. So we say copy nation from. So over here we're going to give the path to the S3. So this is where our nation file is. So nation.csv, you can say copy S3 URL, and then we're going to use the IAM role, and the IAM role is the one which is associated to the server. So you can go to the namespace, and in the namespace you can click on the security and encryption, and you should have this role attached over there. So we're going to copy this and going back here, and we're going to put it here. We're also going to tell it's a CSV because that's the data format type, and let's run this. So as we're running this command, it failed. I made it failed intentionally. So when this kind of error comes, there is a table called STL load errors. So when we go, you can check in the STL load errors what is the error which is coming. So this is the table which has all the details about copy command load errors. So when we were looking at the load properties, we're talking about the max errors or no errors or do not fail with all the errors. So whenever the error comes during copy command, these errors are being logged here. So let's take a look at this table. Okay, the system tables are different in the Redshift serverless and the Redshift provision. So STL load errors is actually a system table for the Redshift provision. So if you want to check into the Redshift serverless, the table name is different. So it is select star from sys load error. This queries take might some time, so make sure you are going to the query properly. So if you see it's not returning any output, that means the copy command did not actually run. When you run the copy command again, you come to know it says the syntax error. So make sure whenever you do the copy command, there could be the syntax error which you need to keep an eye, and that could be one of the reasons. So it's not always the load. We have seen a lot of issues where users or engineers come out to you and you come up finding it's a syntax error. So make sure there are not syntax issues. So there is a syntax issue over here, and this is how we are going to fix it. This one and this one, it's like IAM underscore role. So let's run it again. Okay, now it says error load into the table nation failed. Check sys load error table. So now let's see if we get the error in this table. Okay, so now we have a row. It says the user ID. We'll learn more about the user ID in the operations. It tells you about the transactions, database name, table ID, start time, the details where the file name was given, and the line number. So what it is trying to say, the line number one value is n is in k, but what expected value is the big int, which is not the correct. So that's where the line number one, it is failing. So remember, we had one option where we're talking about the ignore header. So what we're going to say, we are going to say ignore header one. So that means we're going to ignore the first row, which is our header, and let's see if it loads. And see, it loaded. So it loaded the 25 rows into the table. Let's take a look at those. So all of the 25 rows are loaded. So what we did in this demo, we ran the very common copy command. We made some mistakes. There was some syntax error, there were some file issues, and we fixed all of the issues in the lab itself. So this is how the copy command works. So please go ahead and create your nation table and complete the assignment in which you will be creating the other table. So thanks for watching this video.